Welcome back on this Friday. We've made it through another week. We are continuing looking at the Transfiguration. Now, unfortunately, my timing is a little off. The Transfiguration isn't for another 2 weekends. On that Sunday, we will celebrate that, but it gives us more time than just to Lent to cover the rest of the book. So we are going to start looking, first of all, last week, or yesterday, I should say, we focused on Peter's confession. So let's continue looking at verses 28 through 36. Now, about 8 days after these things, he took with him Peter and John and James and went up on the mountain to pray. And as he was praying, the appearance of his face was altered, and his clothing became dazzling white. And behold, 2 men were talking with him, Moses and Elijah, who appeared in glory and spoke of his departure, which he was about to accomplish at Jerusalem. Now Peter and those who were with him were heavy with sleep. But when they became fully awake, they saw his glory and the 2 men who stood with him. And as the men were parting from him, Peter said to Jesus, "Master, it is good that we are here. Let us make 3 tents, one for you, and one for Moses, and one for Elijah," not knowing what he said. And as he was saying these things, a cloud came and overshadowed them. And they were afraid as they entered the cloud. And a voice came out from the cloud saying, "This is my son, my chosen one. Listen to him." And when the voice had spoken, Jesus was found alone. And they kept silent and told no one in those days anything of what they had seen. After 8 days, 1 week later, significance to 8 days or 1 week later in different ways. Peter, James, and John are the inner circle, the 3 closest disciples to Jesus. They go up on a mountain. A mountain is often where we have a theophany or an appearance of God in a way. Think about it, the theophany on Mount Sinai, where Jesus or where God appeared to Moses when he gave him the 10 Commandments, or on Mount Horeb, where God appeared to Moses in the burning bush. Right, those are big ones there. So the mountain is often where the presence of God is found. And that's often where Jesus would go to pray as well. Then as they were up there, some amazing things happened. They are separated by this little break from Peter. The amazing things that they saw and heard. First of all, Jesus' appearance was changed. His face and his clothing were bright, white. The transfiguration, we call it. Metamorphe is the Greek word, like metamorphosis, to be changed, not just simply to look different, but to be changed. The second part is that Moses and Elijah was standing there and speaking to him of his exodus that would happen soon in Jerusalem. Moses and Elijah were 2 of the great prophets. And again, another connection, the 4th in a row of the weeks, this week, that have focused on a prophet of some kind. And then there's this break, right? The break of where Peter kind of comes to his senses and sees what's happening and can't help but speaking and said, "Master, it is good that we are here. Let us make 3 tents, one for you, one for Moses, one for Elijah." It was good for them to be there. But he didn't really know what he was saying, right? It was the first thing that came to his mind. That connection to the 3 tents, again, a connection to the wandering in the wilderness, connected especially to Moses. And then the third amazing thing happens. The cloud envelops them. Again, the cloud was a symbol on Mount Sinai. They followed the cloud as they wandered in the wilderness. Oh, another wilderness connection, right? And then connected, the final part then, the final amazing thing that happened is the voice coming out of the cloud saying, "This is my son, my chosen one, listen to him." Confirming to Peter that he was right in who he said Jesus was. But their response is kind of interesting, isn't it? They kept silent and told no one anything of what they had seen. Their response was to be quiet. After all, who would really believe what they saw? The miracle of that, the words that God had spoken. Who would believe that until the resurrection? Tomorrow we're going to continue with chapter 9, but really it's the beginning of his journey to Jerusalem from Galilee. So we'll start with that. That will be on Monday. So we'll see you then. God bless.